Step Forward is going to announce today that they have expanded the MP program. They're removing a lot of the barriers. That's the modification program. This isn't going to make sense for a lot of first-year people, but the modification program under Step Forward, they're expanding that just to a negative equity position. You don't have to have all of these other requirements that they were requesting. It's going to be just a negative equity program. So if your home has negative equity, you could potentially qualify. The other thing that is expanding is the unemployment program. Right now, the unemployment program for Step Forward, you have to have received unemployment in the last 30 days by the time they get to your file in order to qualify. They're going to do a 12-month look back.
Oh, good. That is so good.
12-month look back, folks. If you have had an unemployment deposit in your account in the last 12 months, you could qualify for the unemployment program now. That is huge. In addition to that, they have set up underemployment guidelines. Again, I don't have the specifics because they didn't have it set up, but those will come out tomorrow. There will now be an underemployment component. So if you can show on your tax returns, and I don't know what the percentage is because I don't have it in front of me, it'll be a tax return basis. So if you can show from one year to the other year that you've had a certain percentage decrease in your income and that you are underemployed, you could qualify for the unemployment program. Big expansion, folks. I mean, that's big stuff coming out. In addition to that, the other expansion on the unemployment program is that they are going to be able to pay property taxes out of that program.
Oh.
Yes. I mean, before it was like an either or. You had to go into the unemployment program, but they wouldn't pay directly to the treasurers because you were getting set up on your mortgage. Now, if you meet those criteria, they can pay the treasurer out of the unemployment program and not out of the rescue funds. What I can tell you about the rescue program is that the governor is also going to announce money that has been added into blight from Step Forward.
I thought they already had like.
Well, they're having more money put into blight through Step Forward. And what I'm allowed to say about that is they're expanding the blight program. My recommendation for the rescue program is that you do those applications sooner than later. Well, now, even if you don't have a mortgage, but you're behind on your taxes and you've had unemployment in the past 12 months, or you can show that you're underemployed, the unemployment program will be the program that will pay your delinquent taxes. And that's where the big shift comes. Underemployment is going to be a percentage decrease in income.
So it could be self-employed
people
who had a business reduction?
Yes, but be careful. We always know with self-employment, so many of our self-employed people, their goal is not to show income on their taxes, and that's what Step Forward uses is your Schedule C. So you're going to have to show on your Schedule C that you had income this year and then you had a decrease the next year. Well, so many people who are self-employed, their goal is to not show they made any money so they don't owe any taxes.
Yep.
And then what happens is they go to apply for Step Forward and Step Forward says, you don't have any income. And they say, yes, I do. And they say, not according to your Schedule C. You said your business lost $10,000 last year, which means you technically had no income. So that always gets tricky with that. So self-employment is always tricky, and that'll still remain tricky. But for those people who are employed and who return to work, but return to work at less wages, if on their taxes, if they can show that reduction by a certain percentage, that'll count as underemployment. So that's the big Step Forward news that you guys get the scoop on today. And I think, and you got to understand, Step Forward is due to be expended, has to be expended in the next 2 years. It has to be expended per Treasury by 2017. So, I mean, they're really in the we need to spend down this money kind of phase. Like I said, they're expanding blight, and you need to get your rescue fund applications in. There is no official cutoff date for rescue, I can tell you that. I can just say that, when you've got money in blight, more money being put into blight, that means something, it's got to come from somewhere. So I just say with rescue, you should, be doing those applications as aggressively as possible. Some things may come down to where that program lasts longer, but for right now, nothing's guaranteed. And I just say my best advice is to just do those applications Don't be, because what I used to do for people when I would counsel on taxes, and this is why I say this to people, is because if I had somebody coming in and I know that their 2012 taxes are what's going to be foreclosed on in April. But if somebody came into me and they had just 2013 taxes owed, I would say, let's wait till after the first of the year, when your other taxes fall delinquent, and let's actually get you a step ahead. We're not just going to get you caught up. We're going to wait a couple of months. Let's not put this application in now. We'll wait 5 months, put the application in 5 months, and we'll be able to roll in another year of taxes and actually give you a true step forward. I'm telling you, you don't want to do that right now. I don't know, who knows if you have that kind of time. I don't know if you have that kind of time. My recommendation is we shouldn't be counseling like that right now. I don't think it's safe.